Hi everyone, my name is Emily Teacher, and today we're going to read together On Top of the World. The world's greatest climbers have always been drawn to Mount Everest. In trying to climb it, however, many have been lured to their deaths. Everest is located on the border of two Asian countries, Nepal and Tibet. It is part of the Himalayan mountain chain north of India. It is just over 29,000 feet high. Other mountains are more difficult to climb and offer a greater challenge, but because it is the world's highest mountain, Everest has a special place in our imaginations. So let's learn all about Mount Everest and what it takes to get to the top. Every attempt to reach the top requires careful planning and can cost over $250,000. So, $250,000, that's $250,000. If you don't have the money, then you probably can't climb it. Often, climbers hire Nepalese guides called Sherpas. Sherpas are skilled and experienced mountaineers. Together, they work out the route and take and set up camps along the way. So you can't go alone, right? You should at least always have a Sherpa with you. Because the air is so thin near the top, climbers need to bring oxygen with them. This adds greatly to the weight that must be carried. In recent years, small groups of climbers have made attempts on Everest without oxygen and without relying on Sherpas. Their daring method has been to travel fast and light. They stay in temporary shelters as they make their way up and down. So, you need help breathing when you're on the mountain. As you get higher, the air gets thinner, per se, right? It gets harder to breathe. So usually climbers have to bring oxygen with them, which is very, very heavy. But recently, some small groups will try to go up together without oxygen or without a Sherpa. They try to go fast and with only a few things so that they don't have to get weighed down and go slowly. Where the mountain rises vertically, climbers drive spikes into crevices in the rock. Then they pull each other up with ropes. They must be very careful. A loose stone or even a loud noise can start an avalanche. An avalanche can bury those caught in its path or sweep them to their deaths. In addition, climbers must be alert to the weather because it can change suddenly for the worse. Blizzards often strike with little warning. This forces climbers to scramble for makeshift shelter until the danger has passed. So, another danger, right, where sometimes the mountain, you can't walk up anymore. You have to climb up on the ice. So, here, again, you need more than one person. Somebody goes up, they put a spike into the ice, and they pull the next person up with a rope. Then that person goes, puts in a spike, pulls the other person up with a rope. But if something happens, if the spike comes loose, they could fall to their death. Or if someone's too loud, an avalanche could come and bury them, right? The first people to reach the top of Mount Everest were Edmund Hillary of New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay, his Sherpa guide, in 1953. Teams of mountaineers have made at least 8 previous tries, but all of them have been thwarted in their attempts to stand on the highest spot on Earth. Some people had been plagued by bad planning, some bad weather, and some by bad luck. The first woman to conquer Mount Everest was Junko Tabei of Japan in 1975. The first American woman to do so was Stacy Allison in 1988. Mountaineers are by nature optimists. They think positive thoughts. They want to believe that they will be able to reach the top. At times, however, if either their physical condition or the weather is deteriorating, they are forced to ask themselves if it would be foolhardy to continue. Their state of mind plays a big part in this decision. They must sometimes decide when they are only a few hundred feet from the summit, from the top. Many have chosen to continue, a decision that have cost them their lives. By 2015, Mount Everest had been climbed more than 7,000 times. That year, 22 climbers lost their lives making the attempt, the highest ever for a single year. In all, more than 250 people have died trying to reach the top. Why do it if it is so difficult and so dangerous? Someone once put this question to the English climber George Mallory. Mallory had made several unsuccessful tries to climb Mount Everest. He died there with less than 600 feet to go in 1924. He had answered the question with the terse reply, because it's there. So many people have died trying to climb Mount Everest. It's very, very dangerous. So even George Mallory, he climbed many times, could never reach the top. And the last time he was so close to the top, and he died on the way there. But still, many people choose to take this chance. Thank you for reading with me today. We do have links related to each article. If you want the link for this video, you can find it down in the description below.